Welcome to X Connection. Today our discussion is about emotions and all the emotions that come along with the loss of a relationship. I have Anna, Sheila, and Kimberly here. Thanks for joining us. We've all been through the gamut of emotions, I think, right? And where are you now?
I was in a relationship for 4 years that did not end well, and we weren't married. And so a lot of times people think, oh, well, you weren't married, you must not understand. And it's almost harder at times when you're not married because you don't, you never call someone your husband, it's never official. And so, but 4 years is a long time, and I think that the feelings and the emotions you experience are, I'd like to think the same. I don't know. I haven't been married, so.
But I think that's true. We're talking about a loss of a relationship, and regardless of, whether you had a piece of paper to, make it official or not, I think we can all relate to the feeling of loss. Where are you right now in this process, Sheila?
Well, I'm all over the map often. It's hard to know at times where I'm at. It's at any given moment. And I think that's been really part of the lesson for me is acceptance around that and patience with the process.
I have a really hard time with that because I tend to want to just stay busy in my business or call a friend and say, let's go have a coffee and let's focus on you. I don't want to focus on me.
So let's dig back a little bit and go back to the beginning of when this relationship started to slip away, the beginning of the loss. Sheila, what was your first emotion?
It was really around sadness. It was sorrow and despair and just a real disbelief that it had come to this.
The end for us was coming for such a long time period. So once we finally made that decision, I was prepared on a lot of levels emotionally, but to actually finally make that decision to move on and start a new life without my ex-husband, I felt like it was more of a failure.
I think at some point we've all experienced that fear. Now we're going to be alone. We all have our different reasons for being fearful. Let's talk about fear and what you were fearful of.
I was afraid I'd never find anyone better. And I knew that there were so many things wrong and there were so many things right. How do you finally admit when things are 80% there that you deserve to be in a relationship where it's 100% there?
Kimberly, what about you? What kind of fears, if any, did you have?
I was mostly fearful of the unknown, the change that I knew in every fiber of my being that needed to happen. I needed to move on, I needed a change, but I was afraid of that.
Sheila, were you fearful, and if so, of what?
I can really relate to the fear of being alone, wondering if there was something wrong with me, and if I could be lovable or if I could be happy in a relationship. I also remember being afraid of how it would affect my children and what in the world I was going to say to them.
So what was it that helped you overcome your fears?
The one thing I did do was I threw myself in my career, and I think that's what helped me figure out how strong I was.
Sheila, for you, was there one moment when the fear began to go away?
I remember a friend saying to me, "You're going to be okay. How can it be anything else?" I remember the same friend in that same conversation saying to me that this is an invitation, this is an opportunity to show up differently in life.
Well, the one thing we all have in common is X Connection and the peer support and communicating with each other and sharing stories. How has it helped you?
So if you are dealing with a certain emotion, you can chat online with people who are actually going through the same thing at that given moment.
I know when I go on that website and I meet new people and we have conversations that I don't have to feel guilty about being honest about my feelings.
And isn't it cool that you can just have no makeup on, your hair's not done, you're in your sweatpants eating your pizza on a Friday, and you can log on and have great conversations and really get something out of it from other people. So Kimberly, Sheila, Anna, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your stories. I know we can all learn a lot from each other, and that's really what X Connection is all about. We really believe in sharing stories and learning from one another as we go through the loss of a relationship.